All right, guys. Well, we're so glad that so many of you guys could make it out on very short notice to come and have this opportunity to just kind of review our advanced comp plan. Kat is a triple diamond from Winnipeg. She is sidelined to me under Jackie Jahufka, and we have become really great friends through this business, and she has helped me come to understand the compensation plan a lot as well. So I'm really excited that she's here and is going to help us go over everything today. So we're going to start off with just talking about the 5 ways we earn, and then talking about the compensation breakdown.
All right. If you need to feed her, just let me know. Okay, so does everyone know the 5 ways that we can earn money with our business? Okay. Wrap cash.
Commission.
Okay. 2. I have horrible spelling, by the way, too, so if I spell anything wrong, I'll just put a happy face. So in the compensation plan, this is called management.
Bless you.
Bonus. Okay. 3. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's another way. All right, so we're going to have way more than 5, is what we're finding. We're going to put the car bonus, and put that over here. Is it?
Nothing.
Fast cash, like
Fast start?
The fast start bonuses.
Fast start.
Yep.
Okay.
Residual?
So that's
your
residuals part of this. We're going to put car bonus right here. Okay, there's another thing with the advanced compensation plan is going to be what was formerly known as cabs.
Those are the
These are
in
the
comp plan, they're
gens,
listed under the-
generation. And then we also have, I'm going to do one more. We have our good bonus and other bonuses that the company puts out. For example, the $20,000 to good bonus. Yay. Okay. So you're probably thinking, wow, that's way more than 5 ways we can earn. As I was writing them out on my thing, I just kept writing more ways. So, of course, we know that we make cash from our wraps. When we're selling our wraps, we're going to wrap someone. I never want to give my wraps away for free. That cash was integral to me my first couple of months. I came in. I did not have any other job. I decided I'm going to do this full time. I'm treating this like a business. So to treat this like a business, we want to be able to be very uniform and be able to get wrap cash for the wraps that we're selling. It's a service that we're providing, and even though it is a sample treatment, we still charge for that. So right now we're charging $30 a wrap in Canada because, of course, we pay exchange as well as shipping. In the United States, they charge $25 a wrap. Because their shipping is only $3.95. In Europe, it's going to be with the coupon. It's going to be $35 a wrap, so $40 regular, and that's the same in Australia. So that's the first way. The next way that we earn is our commissions. If you're not sure where to find some of this information, it is on the compensation plan. This is found under the document library on your eSuite. And I really like following this, and I really like printing this out. I usually have it with me, but since I was on a trip, I didn't bring my heavy binder with me. So thank you to Deandra for letting me use hers. So this is on page 7 of your compensation plan. If you ever want to know what you're getting paid from a certain level, this is how you find out. So when you're a distributor, you make 10% on your first level. So what is first level? Your first level is all of your loyal customers, and your first level is also your first level distributors. So your personally enrolled distributors on your first line. Someone can come up and also maybe write this out. I don't know where Deandra went. Okay. This can get a little bit confusing to people, and this is why I really like writing this out and drawing this out, because we think, all right, our customers are our first level, but also our first level distributors are our first level. Well, does that include their customers? Does that include their distributors? What does that include? So if I'm right here, so I have my loyal customers right here. But also on that same level, I have my DTs. So this includes 10% on all of my loyal customer orders and 10% on all of my distributors' orders. That does not count as their loyal customers. Their loyal customers actually go down a level to my level 2. So just remember that your customers and your distributors are on 2 different levels. So my customer is my level 1. My first line distributor customers are my level 2. Then we have a second level distributor, their loyal customers, is my level 3. So I get paid 10% on my loyal customers, 10% on their loyal customers, and then once I get to executive, I'm paid down to a 3rd level. So that means if there's 2 levels of distributors, I would get paid then 5% on my 3rd level LCs. For DTs, we don't get paid off of our own orders, so remember that. You're really not your own first level. So my first level distributors, I'm making 10%. My second level distributors on their personal orders, that includes any retail orders they're putting in, any auto ship orders, and any outside orders, let's say they need wraps, I'm making 10%. But there's a bonus on this as well. If you're personally enrolling any of these people, you're getting an extra 5% commission. So first level LCs that are directly under you, you've enrolled them, you're actually getting 15%. Your first level distributors, you're getting 15%. And if you placed a distributor under and you personally enrolled them, you are then getting also 15%. So we see here on, I'm going to just use a little bit of a Ruby chart. So we know that this is level 1. This is going to be level, can't write upside down, this is level 2. If I've enrolled this person, I'm getting 15%. If I've personally enrolled this distributor, I'm getting 15%. My LCs, I always write out here. So that's level 1 LC, that's level 2 LC, and that's level 3 LC. So I can work out my check based on where I know that whose LCs are under what. But it's much easier actually going through the back office. When you go through the back office under your Organization Explorer, as well as your tree viewer, it has a little number beside each person and each LC. And that little number is what level they're on. So you can look on this management bonus chart.
Hey.
Oh, Karen, she says 4 beside her name. So I know to get paid off of her, not me personally, I'm just using you as an example, I would have to be a Ruby, and I would be making 5%. But let's say I've personally enrolled Karen. I know I'm going to get an extra 5% enroller bonus. So I'm getting paid 10% from any of her orders that she personally puts in. But then I see Susie, who's an LC, right directly under Karen. And it says she has a 5 beside her. Well, I know that she is now a level 5. So I know that to get paid off of her LCs, I need to be an Emerald, and I will make 5% off of her LCs. So these are the first ways that we get paid. I know it's kind of confusing because I can't really write it out very well. But if you're looking at your chart, just remember it's 2 separate groupings of people. You have your distributors that you get paid off of, and you get all those loyal customers that you get paid off of. And all those loyal customers drop a level. Like I said, if you go into Tree Viewer, the Tree Viewer, it actually says the level number beside it. So much easier to understand. You'll have to actually write, you'll have to click on Show Loyal Customers on your Tree Viewer under Reports, and then it will show all the loyal customers under you, You click the arrow, it'll show all the loyal customers under the person that's under the next level, and it will say the number beside it. So before I move on, who has questions? Because I know this is kind of confusing.
I just have a question on if you sign up a loyal customer and put them under somebody else, another DT, you are no longer the enroller then. It right away switches to that person.
Correct.
But a DT, you could remain the enroller even though you put them under someone else? Okay.
Yes, correct. So again, that was if you've moved a loyal customer under someone. Let's say you're trying to promote and you've moved a loyal customer under this person way down here. And it says in your system, oh, that loyal customer is now, you know, Susie's down here. And it says a 5 beside it. Because you've given away the enrollership of that loyal customer is no longer yours. It is that distributor's. And so you are only going to be paid as per the level it says here. So if it says you've moved your loyal customer and it says that there's a 5 beside it, that means you're only getting paid off of a level 5. You're no longer getting that 5% enroller bonus that talks about the at the bottom here. But if you move a distributor, you maintain that enrollership. So even if you move a distributor to level 4, you're making 5% off of their personal orders and their auto shipments, but you're also getting a 5% bonus.
Now, if you have a loyal customer that you put under another DT and they decide to start doing the business and become a distributor, you're allowed to move them up to your top line, but then it's a $50 charge?
Yes. If it's within the first 3 months of them being a loyal customer, they will have to pay $50 to be able for you to sign them up. That's why, and it's not really fair to that customer saying, I've moved you, but I need you to pay $50 now. So
I think you'd have to pay that yourself.
Exactly, exactly.
It will be charged to your loyal customer, so you would have to make that arrangement with them.
So you really have to think good and hard whether you want to put who you think is going to be a DT. Don't even bother putting them under somebody else. Put them under yourself.
That's a wise decision.
I mean, it's hard. Sometimes you don't know when you bring people in.
No, you don't.
But it's something that you want to consider. If you have a strong feeling, if they've said to you, I mean, one of the things I really liked when Pam was down here for the OTM was she was talking about how our loyal customer program is really meant to be used as a trial for distributors. So if we're looking at our loyal customers that way and we're saying, okay, you know, come on board as a customer, start using the products. Once you've been using them and you see the value in them and you've started talking to other people about them, then that way, you know, they'll want to start sharing the products that way. So you might get a better gauge from people if that's kind of your perspective in the way that you talk to them when they first come in.
Do you find many of them switch over from that?
Yes.
Like percentage?
That's going to depend on your follow-up. It has a big part to do with it. I mean, this is a belly-to-belly business. This is all about building personal relationships. So when your customers come in, you want to make sure that you're staying connected with them. You want to make sure that they know that you're here to service their needs and to find out what they're going through in their life at the moment. You know, do they have any other health concerns that they may not have addressed with you that you can help them find the solution and guide them and point them to different products. So you know, doing our follow-up is really crucial, and not just once. It's something that needs to be done on an ongoing basis. And just kind of, you know, if you listen to some of the leadership development, like I know that Eric Worre in his Go Pro series, he talks a lot about, you know, making another appointment. He said not everybody's going to close as a distributor the first time you talk to them. You know, you want to just make sure that you keep that door open, so every time you end a follow-up call, you book your next follow-up call. You say, I'm going to touch base with you next month and just see, you know, how you like what you get on your next order or whatever it might be. And if you're staying connected with them that way and getting their feedback, when they tell you, oh, you know, I was thinking about my brother-in-law would really benefit from the greens because I'm noticing so much energy and he's always talking about a lack of energy. That's kind of the doorway for you to say, okay, well, you know, it sounds like you're already thinking like a distributor. You know, why don't we look at getting you set up so that you can then help service your brother-in-law by sharing those products with them.
And you'll find that the majority of your loyal customers will either want to become a distributor directly after that 3 months, or they'll love the product so much that they'll stay on as a loyal customer. And at that point, I will really start to kind of groom them into being a distributor. And some of my key distributors right now, they were loyal customers of mine for a year and a half. So
that wasn't me.
I was like, what's this? So it's all about just keeping up that that constant contact with them, realizing that you're going to be helping them towards their needs. It turns into not us just wanting them for a sale. It's how can we help them.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there any way to remain the enroller on a loyal customer, or once you give them away?
Once you give them
Once you give
away,
them away,
you
they're
give them
gone.
away. Yeah, there's no way to maintain enroller. Yeah.
I mean, if you've initiated that relationship with the person, and if you are the one doing the follow-up with that customer, regardless of where you place them, then if and when they are ready to become a distributor, they can still sign up with you as their enroller. But, you know, that's kind of dependent on whether you're continuing to maintain that relationship, or if you pass off a customer and say, okay, I want you to follow up with this customer to the person you placed them with.
All right. Next, we'll talk about fast start bonuses.
So your fast start bonuses are the $100 that you earn on each distributor that you bring into the business. And that is earned if they get their first 2 loyal customers and become fast start qualified in their first 30 days. So with our steps to success, we know that we've always got people coming in and working for the 4 loyals. They want to get 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days in order for them to earn that $120 product credit, which they can use that towards anything. Most people do typically buy wraps with that so that they're turning their wraps over and seeing cash off of it right away. And so if we're working with our new distributors, we want them to have wraps in stock. So it's kind of our management bonus. You know, when you're a manager, you're training people in their business, and it's the same thing that we're doing here. We're training them that they need to get out there, they need to find their first 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days, and just for helping them get that process started, once they've gotten 2 loyal customers into their system, then you as their enroller will earn a $100 fast start bonus. So that also changes as you move up, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that everyone is clear. It's not that distributor that you've enrolled that's getting that $100 bonus. You as the enroller are getting that $100 bonus. The other thing that I wanted to share with you, I know our team has discussed strategy about this, because sometimes we have distributors that come in and they just want to try the product. They just want to sit for a bit. They're not doing very much. So how can you capitalize on getting that $100 fast start bonus? Well, you can move 2 loyal customers under them. There is a secret week grace period after their 30th day. So as long as they've run their auto shipment as of their 30th day, you can then place 2 loyal customers under them, and you will get paid out that $100 bonus. The reason why they made it after the 30th day is because if they don't run their auto shipment, you do not get paid that fast start bonus.
And it's new that it's just updated in the system now that if they go and they actually choose to turn off their auto ship, they will get a notification letting them know that it will affect their uplines fast start bonuses. It will affect them earning their 120 free product credit as well. If for some reason that distributor then does not run their auto ship, those bonuses, if they have been paid out, could actually be pulled back. So it's something to be aware of. But
Just super scary warning. I read it one time.
yeah.
It sounds very serious.
Well, they want to make sure that everyone's informed, right? They want us to be making an informed decision about how we're working our businesses, and realizing that auto ship is an integral part of our business. We have to do that every month. You know, a lot of people, you know, we know that we have the option. If your PBV from your loyal customers personally is over 400, you can use that instead of running your ADBV auto shipment. But we really want to encourage people, regardless of whatever number their PBV is, that they're always running their auto ship. I mean, we are in business for ourselves. We want to make sure that we are, you know, that's our overhead every month. We want to be a product of the product. So I really stress that with all distributors, that we want to make sure that they are using their auto ship.
Yeah. And I know some people that can get nervous about the auto shipment. If I could be on the auto shipment and I did not have a job, my boyfriend didn't have a job, this is what I was doing. This is what I was trying to, you know, build. And that's scary when you have a mortgage and you have car payments and you need to eat and you have, you know, student loans and you have some medical stuff to pay for. That's scary. But you need to think of it as a business, and you need to see it as that long-term return. And that long-term return, it's not only for yourself really getting comfortable with the product, but it's also forcing you to get out there and to sell wraps and put wraps on people. So have that auto ship really challenge you to go out and wrap people. If you can't afford it, do 2 boxes of wraps. That's going to force you to go out and blitz and say, hey, let me put a wrap on you.
our job description is to follow that steps to success, right? And we know if our distributors are following that steps to success, if you bring in 4 loyal customers, you're going to have commissions to be paid off those loyal customers, right? That's going to help offset the cost of your auto ship if that's a concern when they first get started. And also focusing on bringing in those new distributors. If they bring in their new distributors and they help them become Fast Start qualified, they're going to earn that $100 Fast Start bonus, which again would more than offset the cost of their auto shipment. So, yeah.
Just to share a quick tip with the steps to success, anyone who's thinking about becoming a distributor, actually have them fill out the steps to success sheet before they sign up, you know, as they're thinking that maybe this is for them, because then it gives them like a kickstart right out of the gate.
That's right.
And they can contact those 4 people who are going to become their loyal customers, and then the 3 distributors. And then whenever I have somebody sign up now as a distributor, I give them 3 steps to success to give to those 3 people who they were going to target as their TTs, so they can do it moving forward with their new distributors as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
it really helps to build the business quickly.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that their steps to success is their 80 BB auto shipment. By getting wraps, you're wrapping people. You're getting those 4 customers every month. And by talking to those 4 customers and by networking, you're also going to be able to find people that know other people that would like to use this product. And so they would make perfect distributors. So those are our steps every single month.
Yeah. A lot of times people, when you look at our steps to success, like in our party pad, this first step says join, right? Yeah. Join the party. So we want to make sure that we're showing people, yes, you join the first month, but moving forward after that, it's just running your auto shipment every month. And that is a step that we need to follow. It's not like you do it once and then you're like, okay, well, I've joined, and only working on steps 2 and 3, you always need to do step 1 as well.
And a lot of people think like, oh, the company's just forced me to buy a product. It's $80. Who here has vitamins in their cupboards? Whose family, uses a multivitamin? Whose family uses protein shakes? Whose family buys green products? Whose family needs stress relief? What woman doesn't use face cleanser? What woman doesn't use face cream? These things are a business write-off for us. Complete business write-off. I buy about $500 of products for myself and my boyfriend every month now. Total business write-off. No questions asked. So you just need to look at it in a different way. I was with a company before that it wasn't the same company as Barb that I'm talking about, that when you went up in leadership level, your personal sales, that 80 BB auto shipments amount kept going up. To the top level, you had to maintain $1,500 personal sales every month. That's not even allowing me to then help my team and guide my team. It was all about me having to keep collecting customers and keep doing parties. So this is the perfect system that it doesn't matter if you're a black diamond or if you're a distributor. It only has to be that 80 BB auto shipment. And I think that that is an amazing thing. It shows you that the company cares about us working with our leaders under us and really developing those people so that they can make money. Instead of us having to worry about ourselves every month with this amount just to maintain that rank in that.
I think it's important for everybody to know too, like if you're talking to people who have experience in the direct sales industry, pretty much every home party company that you look at, that is how it works. That every level you move up in leadership, you are putting in more in personal sales in order to get paid on your team. And so whenever I go over the steps to success, that's something I point out. I say, all we have to do to run our businesses is to run that 80 BB auto shipment every month, whether they're paying me $10 a month or $10,000 a month, because that happens. That is all that we have to do, and that is such a minimal requirement in comparison to most other businesses. So it's a huge selling feature. When we're doing our presentations too and we're dripping on people, that's one of the things that will hit home to anybody who's coming from that home party background. So it's important for us to actually touch onto it too, I think.
Yeah. I had a leader that came into my business that she was so stressed because she was trying to help her team and she didn't have time to go out and make sales for herself and do parties for herself. And she was having to pay into that $1,500 every single month just to get paid. So how much was she really getting paid? Maybe $500, and the stock just kept piling and piling and piling. So it's complete perspective on how you look at it. And I really like buying things like the protein powder, the greens, the bars, because that's running off my some of my snacks. That's writing off some of my meals.
That's right.
So,
I had that for lunch today.
yeah. All right, so the next thing that we get paid off of, car bonus. So what is the car bonus? That is 60 loyal customers, and you get a $600 bonus that first month if you maintain 3,000 in sales, so 3,000 in PBV, so that's personal bonus volume, your personal customers, every single month. You will continue to get that $600.
Sorry, what was the, you had to have?
You need
3,000.
60 loyal customers
Yes,
with 3,000 in volume.
which you
And
have if you have 60 loyal customers.
which, yeah, you will definitely have if you have 60 loyal customers. So why do they do something like the car bonus? Because some people are really good at acquiring customers. Some people maybe aren't as good at the leadership and as comfortable building a team. So this allows you to use your strengths and what you're comfortable with to make the most money. So one thing that we found out, I was talking to Anna Godfrey, who's one of the presidentials, and she was saying, actually I think it might have been Denise saying this past couple days, that there is a person at the distributor level. So they don't have a team under them. They're just at the distributor level, and they're making almost $80,000 a month just from customer acquisition. Customer acquisition. So it shows us that we can make money in so many different ways. I've had a number of people on my team gather this. In order to maintain that $600 bonus, again, you have to maintain that 3,000 in sales. That just means you have to be following up with those customers. Yep. And by following up with those customers, you will find people that want to be distributors because they'll have a passion about the product. They have a huge love for the product. And when you have a passion for something, you want to share it with people. And when you share it with people, you're automatically getting people that are wanting to consume it. So it just makes sense that they make the money. You're not taking money out of their pocket. They're making the money. And they're sharing that passion.
One thing that I found really interesting when I came into the company too is that a lot of people will ask you about a car bonus. There's a lot of other companies out there that offer a car bonus, and this actually used to be called the car bonus back in the day. And what they found is that there's a lot of companies where, you know, they offer this car bonus, and you go out there and you buy another vehicle, and it makes you look nice and flashy, but if you've got a car that you're making an existing car payment on, it doesn't really get you to a better place in life. And I love the fact that our company recognized that, and they said, you know what, we don't want to be associated with people that have been trapped into these new car debts because of their business. And so they took away the car bonus title, and they call it now our customer bonus. And, you know, it's something that you can earn. You can put that towards, I mean, if you're getting an extra $600 a month in addition to your commissions, that's easily going to make one of your car payments, or, you know, cover your gas or your insurance or whatever it might be. And so you can use that to pay off your existing vehicle, and eventually one day maybe you'll get a new vehicle with it. But, you know, it's nice that they don't mandate what we have to use that customer bonus towards.
Yeah. And that existing vehicle and part of your insurance and your gas and your maintenance is already going to be a little bit of a write-off for you as well. So it will just be all bonus in the end. I want to tell you a story. So I have a diamond leader on my team that came from another company that their leaders, if they got to their car bonus, they were giving out BMWs. And to move to that next level, to actually make good income, she wanted to build a team. But because it was so unrealistic to have to maintain $12,500 every single month in PBV, she lost that bonus. And she was then in $60,000 debt from having to maintain this car. So it's not the company giving you the car. You see all those people with their, you know, their Cadillacs or their Mercedes or their BMWs. The company will actually make a deal with a car company saying, all right, we're going to give you some business, give us some kickback from that, and all of these people are going to be coming in and purchasing that car. That's them purchasing it. That's not the company giving you that car. That is your purchase. So if you can't maintain that, that goes on your record. That hurts your credit. That hurts your family. So it's one of the reasons why she came over to our company was because you couldn't maintain that. And how can you maintain that much personal sales when you're also trying to help your team and guide your team? It's a system that is broken and it doesn't work. Okay, so the next one is going to be, actually let's do good bonus first. So the next way that we can get paid is our good bonus and some of these promotions that they put out. So right now, one of the promotions is the Too Good bonus. So that's any distributors and any customers that you've signed between July 26th and August 31st. So for every one customer and one distributor that you've signed personally, you get an entry into the Too Good bonus contest. And that is where they are drawing 20 entries. So you can get multiple entries. They're drawing 20 entries for paying off $20,000 in debt. So that is just one of the ways that they sneak in these extra bonuses because they want to reward the people that are working. They want to reward the people that are pounding the pavement and working hard. Our company will always reward us. The people that I find sit there and they don't do much and they don't get out and pound the pavement and they just sit and complain and they're wondering, why don't I get this bonus? Why are you getting it? Why am I not getting it? Well, the company rewards people who run with it, who are going out, who are improving, who are going outside their comfort zone. And this bonus is all about getting outside your comfort zone. Get out, go blitz, go find a customer that you would have never thought you could find. Go find a distributor that you never thought you could find. And that can equal a $20,000 debt repayment. So how they're repaying that is first they're going to look at your credit card. It's only paid in a lump sum. So let's say you only have $10,000 on a credit card that you want to pay off. They will only pay you out that $10,000. Let's say you have $15,000. They're only going to pay out that $15,000. So you need to decide what form of debt it's being paid off. I think the second one is going to be, what was it, student loan debt?
Or medical debt.
Or medical. And then the third category, Mark said because we don't have medical debt in Canada, they're going to be working with us on whatever form of debt.
Do they consider a line of credit a credit card?
I believe that they'll probably work with you
I
on
did
that.
hear Mark say at the Toronto meeting that they were also looking at mortgage payments
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, they'll make arrangements. I mean, ideally, they're looking to start with debt. Our company is all about becoming debt-free. As a company, we are debt-free. These bonuses, the good stands for get out of debt, right? So that's their goal, is to try and help people become debt-free. So, you know, a mortgage is an asset, so that's something that they'll look at secondary. But like Mark said, you know, they're going to find something. If your name gets pulled and you don't necessarily have credit card debt, they will work out something else with you. But it's important to know that it is just on one card. So if you had like 5 credit cards with various amounts on each, they will only pay off your highest credit card. It's one payment. So that's important for people to know as well. And then when it comes to the $10,000 good bonus, this is something that is not a lump sum. So with this, it is a lump sum. With the good bonus, they pay that out over 25 months. So that's a $400 bonus on each paycheck for 25 months.
And you know what? That's way better for us, getting it in that way, paid out as $400 a month, because it's way better tax-wise for us. For them doing a debt repayment, they can do it in a lump sum because they can just pay it right to our debt. But because this is going into our, let's say, like our bank accounts, this is going into your pay that you're downloading. It's good to have a $400 payment because you're not going to be hit hard then for taxes, but it's also going to allow you to spread that out and use it for debt that, you know, you actually need to pay, instead of going out and being like, woohoo, $10,000, let's go buy lots of shoes. You can choose to do that with a $400 a month, but I know a lot of families that this has really helped, being able to pay down their mortgage, being able to pay down their credit card, and being able to put money on the table so that they can buy food. For any of the other bonuses that have come about, so right now we only have the $10,000 good bonus. Hopefully in the future, like a conference, they'll announce, you know, the $15,000 double diamond bonus, the $25,000 triple bonus, the $50,000 Prez bonus, the $100,000 ambassador bonus. They will keep rewarding those people that are working. So we never know when those other bonuses are going to keep popping up, but keep working. because it's amazing. I just got the $25,000 one, Barb got the $25,000 one, and the $50,000 one, and Matt got the $15,000 one, like crazy. Like,
Well,
that's a lot of money every month.
For anybody that was here at our meeting that we had last Sunday, Jackie Marchant was talking about the fact that she didn't get to Diamond until her 10th month.
Yep.
But had she stopped working it, she would have missed out on the bonus. She thought she had missed out on the bonus. She missed it 2 separate times that it was offered, but then they brought it back again in January, right? So we want to always be working our businesses. If you get close to a bonus, I mean, don't hold off on getting your promotion, just hoping that there's going to be a bonus the next month. Definitely the pay is a good reason to get to those levels, but you never know when the company's going to reward us for working hard. So when you're consistently just sticking at it, it might just come back and surprise you and be in that perfect timing for you to reach that yourself.
And if you notice, this 400 compared to the customer acquisition bonus of 600, these can be very similar. So if you're good at acquiring customers, you can get that bonus. If you're good at building a team, you can get this bonus.
Now it is good to know too, the car bonus is something that you will earn that $600 bonus every month that the volume is over 3,000. So say this month my volume is over 3,000, I get paid that $600 customer bonus on top of my commissions. Next month my volume goes down and I only have 2,800. I'm not going to get that $600 bonus next month. But say the month after that I get back up over 3,000, I will get that bonus again. There is a difference with our good bonuses. This is something that if you lose it, you don't get it back. So if you qualify for your good bonus and then the next month you need to maintain with your volume. So say if you're hitting the diamond level, your volume is 10,000 and 5,000 of it has to be outside of your strongest leg. We'll go over this in a minute. But if you didn't maintain that volume and you lost the bonus is gone for good. So this is something that you can reclaim. The good bonuses, you want to make sure that you're able to maintain that rank once you hit that level.
So one of the reasons why Jackie Marchant...
Yes, absolutely, you can get both. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of people we were just talking this weekend while we were away to lots of distributors who are earning that $600 bonus, and then they're earning the $400 for diamond, and then potentially $600 for double and $1,000 for triple.
Yep. So one of the reasons why also we didn't rush for Jackie Marchant while I was working with her is because you want to be able to maintain that. And she didn't get in her first 3 months, she didn't get in her first 6 months, she didn't get in her first 9 months, then she got on that 10th month. And she was able to maintain very easily and then get the double diamond $15,000 bonus, and then get the triple diamond $25,000 bonus, and then her husband got the diamond bonus, and then her husband got the double diamond bonus. So by growing slower for her, she was able to maintain, and now her numbers are well over ambassador numbers, like well over ambassador numbers. So it's amazing that when you are growing strong and you're growing properly, even though it's not as fast, what's really a year? Would a year be, I would consider a year being fast to be making over $30,000 a month, but to a lot of people coming into this business, if they don't make it in their first month, their first 3 months, they get all mad and they're like, this doesn't work. Well, you need to see the long term. You need to work for that long-term plan and be able to build it in a sustaining way. Okay, so the next is our, should we go over the cabs, or do you want to go over the generation first?
I'm thinking that we should almost go over like just quick review of charting, and then we can talk about the
All right.
The maintenance.
Hold it.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes for promotions, most of us are familiar with the first couple levels. I know most of you here are leaders, but just for a review, your first level of promotion is getting to executive, and that's having 2 distributors underneath you. You'll see that each of these boxes it's a gray box. We'll talk about those as we move. But each gray box needs to have a volume of 400 BV. So that means on that distributor and their personal loyal customers, they're going to have a BV of 400. And once they each maintain that, you're going to hit your promotion to executive. Ruby is when you've got 3 people across your top line, and one of them becomes an executive. So with each of the levels in our company, as you build, you are building leaders, and that's what's also going to help you maintain and sustain in this business. So as you're getting to Ruby, you're going to have 1 executive. So somebody else who's now making good money, The average, you know, we used to talk about monthly averages. So the monthly average for executive is about $300 a month. So you're going to have somebody else on your team who's earning that. You're now going to be at the level where you're earning about $600 a month, and that's by having those 3 across your top and then 2 under that one person. So you'll see that these are all 400 boxes here, and the executive spot is green. So when you're working for promotions, the people who are in leadership spaces, their own personal volume doesn't actually necessarily count. I mean, it's always good. We always want to have that, but this is when you're charting, you're really focusing on those 400 spaces to make sure that they each have 400 in volume. So this is going to be coming from them and their own loyal customers and their own orders. So then getting to Emerald, you've got 2 rubies. So you're promoting up 2 leaders with you. They're going to each have a leader on their team. And so all of these 400 spaces, again, will need to be filled. The leader spaces don't technically. So when you're working with your team and you're working towards promotions, I know a lot of us on the team here, you know, we can help out other people. You do have the ability, as we talked about, to move loyal customers. So if you personally bring in loyal customers, your own volume doesn't matter for your promotions. So you can move those loyal customers under the people in 400 spaces to help bump up their volume and get them closer to the 400. You can also move the distributors down under these leadership spaces as well. So that's where it's going to break down on your pay that way. And then on the back, we've got the diamond chart. So diamond, again, you're promoting up leaders with you. So now at this point, you're going to have one of those emeralds with the 2 rubies, with them each having an executive, and you're also going to have another ruby on the side. So this is where you'll see that for us, we have 2 strong legs in every level that we're moving up. And so that's important. You know, we're working with our leaders, we're training up leaders to duplicate what we're doing. And then you've got these 3 other 400 boxes across the top. So if you brought in 5 distributors, you don't necessarily know who's going to be strong. You're going to start charting as you work through this and as new people join your organization. We always suggest to use a pencil. So, you know, when you're charting on paper, you're going to want pencil because you might move somebody around. You might think somebody's just going to be a 400 space, and then all of a sudden they go gangbusters and they bring in 3 distributors. Oh, well, now they're going to be your ruby, right? So with pencil, you can erase, or using a laminated chart like this with a dry erase pen, you can constantly be moving people around, and it's something you're going to monitor through the month. There's lots of different ways to chart in the back office, and there's lots of great videos and webinars on how to do your charting as well. So once you get to the level of diamond, actually once you get to the level of emerald, emerald is your first lifetime rank. So executive and ruby are going to reset every month. So you're going to go right back down and start at 0 at distributor. You're going to need to have everybody qualified with 400 in their spaces every month. Once you get to emerald, you're going to be able to maintain. So for maintenance, emerald, you need to maintain a volume of 8,000.
I would have spelled that wrong. No, I would have spelled that wrong.
No, she spelled it wrong.
Did she?
You might have spelled it right.
Oh. This is totally a spelling bee. Who can spell it for us?
So with emerald, you're going to maintain with a volume of 8,000.
Yeah.
And 4,000 of that needs to be outside of your strongest legs. So when you're looking at this chart,
let's say this one has, say this is your strong leg. Let's say this one has 4,500 in it. So what would you need to maintain outside of this leg? How much volume would you need?
4,000.
Exactly. So then your total would actually be 8,500 group volume for the month.
Can that 4,000 come from, if you had another distributor from a group of them, or just one section?
Yeah, like one of my
Doesn't
leaders,
matter.
it's pretty much all even. Like they'll have like 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. That's fine. You don't have a strong leg there. They're all pretty even. But if you have a leg that goes gangbusters, I have one ruby leg that had 10,000 in volume last month. So I knew for this person to maintain emeralds, they needed 4,000 outside of that 10,000 in volume.
And you can track that through your back office?
You can track that through your back office.
See it all there?
Yep. And the way I track it is I'll go into reports, and then I'll go into tree viewer, and so I'll have the chart written out so I know the name of this person. I'll put their total group volume. Okay, and then I'll look in their downline and I'll fill these boxes in and I'll be like, okay, well there's Julie, there's Darla, there's, you know, Kendra, there's Allison. And I know that if Darla has 14,000 in volume, I can click on her name and it will come up with her reports, and I click on volumes. I can see what her personal volume is and what her group volume is. So I can see if she had 14,000 in volume, I would know that I'm going to click on these and that I can just make sure that there is, so this minus this total, if that is less than 4,000, then I know that we need to work with these people outside of that leg.
You can also go in under your reports and go to volume total by leg, and that's going to break down each of your individual legs. So essentially you take your top leg's volume away from your volume is going to show you what you've got outside of that strongest leg, and then you're going to need it to be over half. Your volume always has to be, you have to have half of your volume outside of your strongest leg. So with Emerald, you need 4,000 outside of your strongest leg. To maintain Diamond, it's 10,000, and you need 5,000 outside of your strongest leg. Double Diamond is 25,000, with 1,000 outside, or with half of that to 12,500 outside of your strongest leg. Triple Diamond is 50,000, with 25,000 being outside of your strongest leg. Presidential is 100,000, with 50,000 being outside of your strongest leg. And Ambassador is 250,000. with 125,000 being outside of your strongest leg.
And where do you find these numbers? These numbers are written down for you in your compensation plan. Page 18. Page 18. So it says, Emeralds, 8,000 GV with no more than 4,000 from one leg. Diamonds, 10,000 with no more than 5,000 from one leg. So that's on page 18. It also talks about the loyal customer bonus on page 18 as well. All right. So that's maintenance. So I guess we'll get into why it's awesome running for Diamond and some of those higher levels. Oh, sorry.
Chart every month. Is your top 5? Is that what you chart for then? Are you checking
I look at volume by distributor, and I track that for each month. And if I see that there are people further down that are doing really well, I will actually start talking to them, and I'll pull them up, and I'll chart them too. So I make sure that I'm keeping in contact.
You move them?
No. I'm pulling them up to work with me.
Okay.
So you can go in and, like, that's where we work with everyone on our team, no matter where they are in our level. If somebody wants your attention and says, you know, will you run with me, we're always here to match efforts. That's our goal as leaders. So, you know, just reach out to your upline when you're looking for that support. But what we try and do as leaders as well is try and get everyone becoming empowered to work their own business. So if you're working towards a promotion, I'm going to tell you to chart yourself and to send me a picture of your chart. Yeah. Right? Because that way I'm not enabling you by doing all the charting myself and saying, this is where you're at. I want you to get in the habit of doing that process yourself, because you're going to need to help your team to then chart themselves as they start to grow as well.
Exactly. And if, you know, I've messaged my team and I've said, hey, I want to know where you're at. Send me your charts. Send me your chart with your updated numbers. So they have to fill out all the numbers under this chart of, hey, someone at a 400 level, they're done. Someone's at 400 here, they're done. Someone still needs 315 volume here. So because it shows them where they need to put their effort or where they need to bring in people. And if someone doesn't know how to chart themselves, then that's showing me that there's something that I need to help them with and we need to work on. Of course, we can't pull people along if they're not wanting to learn. Then, you know, that's when we can look under them and say, oh, well, this person is showing up, this person is charting, this person is sending me their chart. They are listening when, you know, I'm trying to help them. They are watching the videos. So I'm going to pull them up with me, and I can work with them. Because what I've learned from Denise is a lot of her leaders that have helped her get to ambassador, they weren't on her first line. Some of them are on her 7th line. Some of them are on her 10th line. And what that means is that person in that leg can rise up, and they're going to count for your promotion no matter where they stand in that leg.
And if you have someone on your team who is going above you to try and get support, I know sometimes it makes us feel like we're inadequate as a leader or something like that. We need to learn to not take it that way. That's something that we're really learning from Denise. We talked a lot about this week. That, you know, it's something positive. If somebody in your downline says, hey, you know, I want to work more closely with you, I want to get more training, it's only good for you. The better your team does, the better you do, and everybody's going to grow together. And we learn a lot from our downlines as well. So when somebody below you learns something and you see them posting about it or sharing about it, you can grow from that as well. So it's always, you know, we always want the people that want the help to get the help and to just be able to continue moving forward.
Okay, so now we're going to get into, you know, going to diamonds and those upper levels and why it's so awesome. When some of my leaders get to Ruby, I really like sitting down with them and I like showing them future projections. When we go in and I'll say, well, what if you got to diamond and what if your numbers were this? What kind of things would you get paid on it? What if you got to double diamonds? How much would you get paid on that? What if you got to triple diamond? How much would you get paid on that? And again, it's when there's not the numbers in front of you, they're not going to be completely dead on, but you can project what their numbers can be depending on what each leg needs to have to maintain. So there's two different ways that we're paid after we get to diamond. And those two ways, one is our diamond generation payment, and that's on page 9 of your compensation plan. And then the other one is on, I don't know if is this a new one or old one? Okay, the other one is on page 17 of your compensation plan, and that is your diamond bonuses. So, what is the diamond bonuses? We'll talk about that first, because everyone understands fast start bonuses, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say you hit diamond. Now what? Now what are these great bonuses? Well, after you hit diamond, you start getting diamond bonuses. That means any new distributor that you've personally enrolled after you've hit diamond, you will get an $80 bonus on them. So when they become Fast Start qualified, you get paid your $100 bonus, and you also get paid another $80 bonus. Well, normally, anyone that you've signed prior to diamond,
Nice catch.
good catch. Anyone that you've signed prior to diamond, so let's say here, you had your chart, you got this at the end of the month. Well, let's say Kathy's here. You personally enrolled Kathy. She got her 2 LCs in her first 30 days. You got that $100 bonus. Kathy enrolled Deborah. Deborah got her first 2 customers in her first 30 days. Of course, they both had their auto shipment on. Kathy got the Fast Start bonus for Deborah. Okay, after you get all of this in place and you hit diamond, the month after that, so let's say you hit diamond on August 31st, September 1st, you add, we'll use your name again here. We add Karen. So Karen gets her first 2 loyal customers. That means you'll get your $100 bonus, but you also now, because you're diamond, you get a diamond bonus. It used to be called CAB, but you get your diamond bonus. You get an extra $80. So now that's $180. Well, the beauty in that is Karen adds, who do you add? George. Karen adds George, and she works with George. George gets his first 2 loyal customers in his first 30 days. Karen gets that $100 bonus, but guess what? You get an $80 bonus. Then George adds Fred. George works with Fred, and he gets his first 2 loyal customers. George gets a $100 Fast Start bonus, but you get an $80 bonus. So it goes down. Anyone after diamond, again, it doesn't count towards all those people that you've signed prior to diamond. It counts as anyone after diamond. You're getting 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. So I signed Jackie Marchant 2 weeks before I went double diamond. So I got $80 bonuses on our entire team. My diamond bonus check, as she was signing her distributors, my 1 month it was $3,000. Other months it was staying consistent with, $1,500 to $2,000 just on those 80s. So it shows me, okay, I'm working really hard with these teams. I'm getting paid much more, and that's just that one bonus. Now, when you get to double diamonds, so we see here, yeah.
You should mention that the fast start bonuses are paid out weekly.
Yes.
But the cab bonuses are paid out on the 15th of the month with your commission.
Correct.
So just
Correct.
so that people aren't expecting it, because I got it.
That's a good point. Yes. So the I need to plug in my computer. Is there a plug out here? Anyone? Plug out here. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So again, if that distributor doesn't run their auto shipment, you do not get a diamond bonus, and that distributor also doesn't get a fast start bonus. If they're wondering why, oh, they got their fast start bonus paid off on the weekly, yeah, everything on your commission statement, it will say diamond bonus and the 80s, and it will show you exactly on your commission statement who you got 80s from, so you can track that. You can also track it in reports, and it will show you the leadership level reports, so you can track who has their auto shipment on from new people that have signed, who has gotten their first 2 loyal customers, who is fast start qualified. So you can then reach down and say, hey, Jim, I noticed you didn't have your auto shipment on, but you got your first 2 customers. Let's work at getting those next 2 customers. You get your 120 in free product, and you will now, you'll get that 120, but you'll also, by helping them, you'll get that $80 bonus. So then at double diamond, what happens? That bonus goes up by $40. So now anyone I sign after double diamond, I'm getting a 120 bonus on them. So I've signed them at double diamond. I get my $100 fast start. They signed Margaret. They get their $100 fast start on Margaret. I get 120. Margaret signs Andrea. I get 120. Andrea signs Lucy. I get 120. So it shows you that it's so important to sprint for diamond, because, you know, a lot of the people that came in before I got to diamond, they aren't working the business anymore. But that's okay, because my check has grown and grown and grown, because I've really, really concentrated and helped these people after seeing, wow, not only is that helping them grow strong, but we also get this amazing bonus. So it's awesome. I just have to plug in my computer.
They're getting it there. I already got your photo. They're already done. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, triple. Triple would be then 135. Okay, so that's plus 15. Then presidential, anyone you sign up for hitting presidential, would be 145. And anyone that you sign after ambassador, it's 150. At the point that I started watching advanced compensation plan webinars, was really early on in my business, because I just like numbers and I like trying to calculate, like, ooh, how much can I make if I work this hard? And on one of them, Denise was saying to us that her just diamond bonuses can be upwards of $80,000 to $100,000 a month just on diamond bonuses. That's crazy.
Yeah, she said it's at least like 80% of her check that usually comes from her cap bonuses.
Yeah. So that's the diamond bonus.
Cap bonuses are these bonuses. So now, so
at least 100,000. Yeah. So again, that's on the bottom of page 17. So you can see what you'll get as that extra fast start on everyone. Okay. And then, is there anyone have any questions about that before I get into the generation payouts? No? Okay. And then this is my favorite part. This is how I work out my check. So on page 9 or on page 17, it's going to show your generation payouts. This was kind of confusing at first, I'm not going to lie. Even though I really like compensation plan, I really like numbers, I had to go over this a number of times just to get it through my brain. I was super confused. So if you feel confused about this, it's okay. I literally would stare at it and be like, I don't get it. What are the rules for this? So how I like to explain it is, think of generations as your family. So when you get to diamond, generation 1 is 2%. So what does that mean? That means when you get to diamonds, your entire group volume is your generation 1 bonus. Generation 1 bonus is 2%. So that means over and above your regular commissions, you are getting on your entire group volume a 2% bonus. So let's say, I always have a calculator with me too because I like to these out. So I already know what it's going to be. Let's say you maintained 10,000 dead on for diamond. So you are your own generation 1. You are your first member of your family. So you get paid a 2% bonus on everything. So what's 2% of 10,000? 200. So you're making a $200 bonus. You can put that. If I have diamonds that have 25,000 in volume. So what are they making on themselves on that generation 1 times 0.2? They're making a $500 bonus. Okay, that might not seem like that much, but it will grow. And the moment that it really starts growing is when you hit double diamonds. And so I want to show you, I know this is going to be really confusing. I'm going to show you a triple diamond chart. I'm just going to make it into a double diamond. Yeah, do you have a double diamond chart?
My diamond generation bonus is 400. My double.
Yeah, that would be great if you can have a double chart. Because I tried to really understand it through here, and all these people kind of didn't make sense to me. Like, who are these, and why is that one way down there, and why is that one there, and why are you X'd out, and why are you circled? So I needed to get out my own chart and really look at the numbers based on these generation payouts. So I knew that myself, as a diamond, I'm a generation 1. However, when you go double diamonds and you have a diamond break off, that is your generation 2. So that's like you having a baby. You've popped out a diamond, you've popped out a baby, you've given birth. And sometimes it feels like giving birth. It's lots of work. And you have to push, especially at the end of the month. Oh man, and it can be dirty. So now that's your generation 2 in your family tree. So again, you're your generation 1, here's your diamond 2. So how the heck do you find out what you're making on this? Well, the generations are now separated on pay. Cut out this diamond, it's his own generation. Generation 2, you get paid 4%. Okay? So let's say this person's a diamond, and do you want to draw on this for me? So that person's a diamond, and they have 10,000 in sales. Okay? So because they are your generation 2, you get paid a 4% bonus. But so put 10,000. Do you want to tape it up there? That's why I brought the tape. Okay. Tape it up there. That's how I got this.
I'm just trying to get out of the sun. I'm crying here.
Okay. Okay, so perfect. So this is your so I'm saying this is me, okay? So I myself and a Gen 1. My first diamond, so let's say my first diamond was Tara, and she was my generation 2. I know my Gen 1, I'm making 2%. My Gen 2, I'm making 4%. So I know to be a double diamond, I need to maintain 25,000. Oh, it didn't come off. Oh, can you turn it off? Okay, 25,000 in PV. Okay, 25,000
In the first generation?
Nope, that's total.
Okay.
Total
For maintaining.
for maintaining. So I know that my Gen 1. So if that person has 10,000, what is 25,000 minus 10,000? 15,000. So that means all out here is 15,000. So my Gen 1 of 2% is times 15,000. So how much I'm making on my Generation 1? 15,000 times 2% is $300. Now my Generation 2, what am I making on that? 400. So 4% times 10,000 was 400. So those are my bonuses on that. However, there's another secret little bonus here. If you personally enrolled that person, you get an extra 5%. Okay? So that's called your Generation Enroller. And that's 5%.
Of their volume.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's an extra 500.
So that's actually 9% if you personally enrolled that person. So that's an extra 500. So what does it mean when you're bringing up a diamond on their first month? That means almost an extra $1,000 on your check. And it just grows from there. So I can see, again, outside, I'm making 2% because they are no longer in my Generation 1. On my Generation 2, because I personally enrolled them, I'm making 4% plus 5%. So that's $900. So on my check, just these bonuses, so I have an extra $1,200?
Yep.
Extra $1,200 on my check, just from those Generation bonuses. Let's say you're growing a really strong diamond. So let's say at the end of the month, you're a double diamond. So as a double diamond, my group volume was crazy. So let's say your group volume as a double diamond is 50,000. Okay? So this is your total GV of everything under you. Okay, let's say I have one diamond, and that diamond has 25,000 in volume. I've personally enrolled that person. So how I write out to try to calculate my check is I write Gen 1. I minus my 50,000 total of everything under me minus 25,000. So that's, of course, 25,000 times 2%. With math people.
500.
500. Now my Gen 2 plus enroller. So that's 9% for my Gen 2 plus enroller of 25,000. Quick math people.
Oh, jeez. I challenge you.
So 22,250 plus the 500. So that's 2750, and that's just generation bonuses. That does not include my management bonus. On management bonus, when I'm at diamond or double diamond, I make it about 5%. Because you know how it's 15, 10, 5, 5, 5, 2? I make that an average of about 5%. It can be more. So let's say my total volume is 50,000. So just on those levels that I'm getting paid, I'm doing 5%. So that's another $2,500. Let's say I got the good bonus. That's $400. Let's say this also doesn't include if you have your partner signed up. You can do this separately with them. Let's say you also have fast starts. So you can put your fast starts up here. And then you also have your CAB bonuses or your diamond bonuses. So let's say you got, being reasonable, you got 400 in CAB bonuses. Let's say you signed up 3 people. You got 300 in fast start bonuses. So what is my total at double diamond going to be for my paycheck for the end of that month? Well, it's going to be, for my generation 1 and 2, it's going to be $2,750. For my management bonus, it's going to be $2,500. For my good bonus, it's going to be $4,000. 400, sorry. For my fast start bonus, it's going to be $300. For my CAB bonuses, it's going to be $400. So it's going to be approximately $6,260. So $6,260 is what you would make on that check.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
So currently, right now, I have a girl who's a diamond,
Okay.
and one of her other girls just went diamond. But she didn't go double because she didn't have another emerald on the other side.
Okay.
But her commission only went up $400. Yeah. Is that because she did not go double diamond?
Yes.
Correct. So what is the percentage that she's actually making off of that diamond? Only the 4 or the 2?
Well, we will show you on this.
This is where I get
Give you the
confused.
2%.
Okay. So if she is a diamond,
Yeah.
and she has a diamond under her,
Yeah.
she did not go double diamond, she will get the 5% diamond enroller bonus, but she will not get the generation 2 bonus. You see, this makes it really easy because it shows you need to be double diamond to get that 2%, or sorry, that 4% generation 2 bonus.
It is simple when you actually look at it like that, but when they ask you like that.
Yeah, like on
Well,
here,
you're still just wrapping your head around it, but yeah.
like as long as you, on the second page, on page 10, it says earn an additional 5% bonus on personally enrolled diamonds or higher, that's under you, as long as you are a diamond. So even if, let's say, you're a diamond and you have that diamond under you, but you don't have an emerald outside of it yet, so you have this part, but let's say this little guy over here is only a ruby, so you're not yet double diamond. You will get your generation 1 bonus on everything outside of this diamond, because when you birth a diamond, they're now their own generation 1, they get that 2% bonus. It passes it down, and that's why we want to layer our leadership. It passes it down to the next level. So we no longer make that bonus on them, but we make it outside of them. So you'll still get the 2% outside, but this, you will not get that 4% generation 2 bonus. If it's personally enrolled, however, you are maintaining diamond, you will get that 5% enroller bonus on their entire volume.
What if you do go double diamond, do you then start getting the 4%?
Yeah, so if you did go double diamond, yep, thumbs up, yep, you'll get that 4% generation 2 bonus, and you'll, of course, get the 5% generation enroller bonus because you've personally enrolled that.
And you had to have enrolled them after the, or just...
No, that's a good question, actually. For the generation bonuses, so what Zach asked is, do you have to enroll these people after going diamond? No. This can be someone that was your first distributor starting out with you. When you've enrolled them, doesn't matter. If you've enrolled this person, you will get the 4% generation 2 if you're double diamond, and the 5% enroller generation bonus. If you enrolled them after diamond, hopefully I'm not losing anyone. So let's say this is someone, you went diamond, this is another, let's do the trick one. So you went diamond, and you added 2 superstars after you went diamond. On this one and this one. Well, you're getting 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. But these are also your first level diamonds. This one and this one is still your generation 2. So not only are you getting those $80 diamond tab bonuses all the way down, you're also getting your generation 2, 4%, and you've enrolled that person, so you're getting your 5% enroller. I find that the triple chart can get kind of confusing just because now there's diamonds on not only your first level, but also your second level. So what happens when you go triple? Okay, so that's me. I'm my own generation 1. So in this chart, what do I get paid that 2% on? Does anyone know? What's in generation 1? Only this guy and this guy. Just those 2. Every other leg has gone diamond or double diamond. So what's in my generation 2? Who is my child? This one is generation 2. This one is generation 2. And this person is generation 2. However, This person was very, very, let's say, quick to also birth a diamond. So you're the mom. These are your kids. Oh, look, now you have a grandkid. Congratulations. Yay, you're a grandma. So, what does it mean when you have grandkids? That's generation 3. We look at this little chart on page 7, or page 9, sorry. So, generation 3 is a diamond under a diamond. And to get paid off of this person, you need to maintain triple diamonds, and you can see your generation 3, you're getting a 2% bonus. So this is the part I really, really had to look at and write it out and circle things to say, like, what the heck am I getting paid for? So, again, you personally enrolled this person. I'm getting my 4% generation 2 bonus and my 5% generation enroller bonus. So that's on this entire leg, I'm getting 9%. Same with this one. I personally enrolled this person. I would be getting 9%. My 4% generation 2 bonus and my enroller bonus of 5%. So that's a total of 9%. Okay, so I know to work out these checks that these people need a minimum of 10,000 in volume to maintain. So I know that, if Barb can write this aside, I know that, let's say, this is diamond number 1, needs 10,000 in volume. This is diamond number 2, that needs 10,000 in volume. Well, I already know I'm making 9% on both of those, so I can work out my bonus on this is going to be $900 with the minimum amounts. My bonus on this person is going to be $900 with the minimum amounts. Now we have the double diamond. So you have someone break off as a double diamond under you. What does that mean? Well, it means, again, they sprouted your grandchild. So what kind of bonus do you get on that? Well, you now get your generation 2 bonus outside of that child that they've sprouted. They now get that 9%. They've personally enrolled this person. This is now their generation 2. You can see it passes it down to our leaders. Our leaders are now making the money. And that's good because we want our leaders to make that money. So this person, they personally enrolled this diamond under them on their double diamonds. They're now making their 4% generation 2 bonus, and they've enrolled them. So they're now making 9%. Well, what do I make on it? Well, it's a generation 3. So just this person, just this little diamond right under this double, I'm making 2%. I know for them to maintain diamonds, they need minimum 10,000 in volume. So then I can work out on my check, 10,000 in volume under this little guy, and it's times 2%. Generation 3. Yep, Gen 3. So on my paper, I'll write Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Okay, so that's 2%, so that's $200. Okay, so then what do I make outside of this generation 3 under this double diamond? Well, that still counts as your generation 2. So what counts as their generation 1? They would get paid 2% on this. They would get paid 9% on this. So I get paid 9% on this, and I get paid 2% on this. This is how I can work out people's checks, because I know if they aren't making it, I'm making it. So, again, 9% on everything outside of that child that they've sprouted, 2% on that child. So, and I know to maintain a double diamond, you need to maintain $25,000 in group volume. So if we know that that diamond needs 10,000 in volume, and this entire leg needs 25,000 in volume, I go 25,000 minus 10,000. And so I know that that 9% is going to be on 15,000. So it's 9% of 15,000.
1350.
1350. So 15,000 times 9%, 1350. 1350.
Every once in a while it works.
And then I know
Nope, unintended.
this is my generation 1. So let's say it's, I don't know, 1,000 in volume. So what do I get paid on that 1,000 in volume? Well, it's 1,000 times 2%, so about $20. All right. So then, what do I do next? Well, I know if this is minimum 10,000 in volume, if this is minimum 10,000 in volume, if this is minimum 25,000 in volume, then 25 plus 10,000 plus 10,000 is 45,000. So I know for myself, man, I need to keep building diamonds because to maintain triples, you need to maintain 50,000 in volume. So that means these legs, I actually need to be maintaining 5,000. So actually, let's change that to 5,000. So 2% of 5,000 is what, 2,200? 200? 2% of 5,000.
Yeah, just went into brain fart.
Times.
I saw that. It actually.
Yeah,
5,000 times. This is why. Oh, 100. 100.
Just went blank.
Okay. So then I know that if this total is 50,000 in volume for my management level pay, my commissions, my regular commissions, I know 50,000. So when I get to triple, I usually make it about, I do 4%. So I'll bring it down because I know that these people are going to be making more, things are being pushed down. So I go 50,000 times 4% is going to be the average from that 10, 10, 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I know that's about $2,000 that I'm just making off commissions. If you're getting to triple and you've added 2 diamonds after you've gotten to diamonds, I'm knowing that they're growing, so I'm going to work out that my cab bonuses are probably going to be at least $1,500. So I'll put cabs $1,500, and if I'm following my steps to success, I'll have added 3 distributors that month. So then my fast starts will also be 300. So how much would my check be? Well, I am doing, so 300 plus 1,500 plus 2,000 plus 100 plus 1,350 plus
200.
200
And then 1,800.
900 plus 900. And so that's approximately 7,250. Okay? So that is how I work out checks based on numbers. So when I was working with, like, Jackie Marchant, for example, oh, Katie, we were working out, well, what if you have a superstar leg? What if someone's a really good customer acquisition person? Well, I'm going to work with that person because let's say this person gets to 10,000 PBV a month in customers. Let's say they're great at getting customers. Guess what? I'm getting 9% on just those customers. So let's say to maintain diamond, they need 10,000 in group volume, and they have 10,000 in customer sales. Well, that's 20,000 in group volume there, and that just keeps increasing that 9%. So one of the reasons why we really want to reach out and, you know, find our superstars and be the enroller on our superstars is that 5% is a really big bonus. I can work out that if this person isn't someone I've signed, I know that I'm not getting that 5%. So I know that I will then only get 4%. So I work out on my check as per, if I've enrolled these people, if I've enrolled this person, then instead of this person getting both the 4% and the 5%, I get the 5%, but that's fair because if I place this person there, they're actually getting 4%, and I'm only getting 2% for my Generation 3, but I'm also getting that 5% enrollment. Did everyone follow me there? Yep. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Let's also add, let's say you got the Diamond Good bonus and the double diamond, $15,000 bonus, and the triple diamond, $25,000 bonus on top of this check. So that would be 400 plus 600 plus 1,000. So that would be an extra $2,000 on your check. So then it would be 750. So your check would be $92.50. And again, I'm working out the minimum amounts on this. I'm always going to go for the minimum because I know that for people to maintain, they at least need to get the minimums. Most people aren't going to just hit the minimums if they're growing strong. They're going to get much more than the minimums. So you can work it from there as per how much more your check is going to be. Questions?
So when you're looking to grow your team to diamond, and you want to bring in people that you think are going to be superstars, should you just place them where they need to go? Like, say you have one person on your team that you want to be your group, and they need one more distributor on that bottom line, like their bottom executive. Do you want to place your sister there, or do you want to keep your sister and save it for something
If you think she's going to be a superstar, and you're thinking long term, you'll want to keep that person on the top row. And that's one of the hardest decisions that we have to make. This is a game of chess, because sometimes we don't know if someone's going to be a superstar. Denise talks about placing people, levels and levels down, and then turning out to be a major superstar. Well, she doesn't get those generation bonuses on them then.
Yeah. It partially depends on whether you're working for your paycheck or whether you're working for your level, right? Because you can sacrifice a lot of money on your paycheck. Like if you watch, I posted a little while ago, like Pam Souter did a video about placement, and she said don't place people beyond your top 2 rows. Because if you're thinking long-term about your paycheck, you want to make sure that you're keeping your people higher up so that you're actually getting paid more on them. Mm-hmm. If you place them down, it's a good way to help your team and to get where you want to be, but at the same time, your paycheck is not going to be as high. So that's why when we have those averages for each level, some people are going to be at a low average because of the way that they place people down. Some people will be at a high average if they just built across their top row and waited until those people went diamond.
Mm-hmm.
This will also show you, if you're thinking of this as, let's say, you've gotten to double diamonds, and then let's say you want to sign up your husband and you want to start growing them. I think it's really important if you do have sites of triple diamonds. If you're growing for the long term, I would have at least 2 to 3 really strong legs outside of your partner. I'd say have your partner, husband, wife, anyone, be like your 4th strong leg. Because what I found with my boyfriend, even though he has an incredible paycheck, and I'm very, very lucky that I gambled and I put Jackie Martin under him. But he hasn't been able to maintain diamond because I've been working on my 1st leg. There's only one of me, and it's so much work having to double work both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to pull your focus away from maintaining your top line. Well, what happens if you don't maintain your top line? You don't maintain that, you don't maintain your rank on your top line. And then you end up having to rebuild. So develop your leaders. I like to develop my leaders to try to go for a double diamond. I've seen over the last 2 years, it's very easy for diamonds to fall off. If you help them, and I'm not saying giving them people, I'm saying mentoring them. Mentoring the people that really want to work with you to get to double diamond, that provides stability. Because guess what? They have a diamond under them, and they're making 9%. And that's pretty awesome. And that's someone that wants to stick around, and they see that long-term vision of the money that they're making and that they're going to make. So I like to now build my people on top and work with them to get to double diamond. And then I'm going to go back. Once I hit presidential, then I'm going to go back and start working on Chaz again. Because it's too hard doing this full time, it's too hard for me to put my focus in both places. I would need 2 of them. So if he was working with me, which hopefully he will, so, you're working with Carrie, you could sign yourself at the diamond level and start building yourself because you are actively going up and recruiting. Like Matt, he is actively working. He is actually recruiting. He's helping his distributors recruit. So that means it's going to be much easier for him to maintain his own rank rather than Bard have to run around and do it all.
When do you suggest signing your scouts up, and where would you place them?
Oh, top line.
Top line.
Only top line.
Top line.
Only top line. Like things like sisters, brothers, spouses,
Anybody that you're going to want to build.
moms, top line. When I was going double diamonds, I knew my mom didn't want to work, so I had her as a filler spot. So I placed her a couple levels down. But then after she did a couple months, she just canceled. So what I'm going to do is, because she's been canceled for over a year now, I'm going to re-sign her up in my top line, and I'm going to start helping her after I help Chaz, because I want to help her pay for her mortgage payments. I want to help her, be a little bit more comfortable in retirement. But you can only really do one thing at a time. You can't be a superhero.
And you always want to work with your partners first. Up until, like, Matt has just recently started to work the business, right? And it's like I just have run with my leaders and helped them get where they want to be, because that you're so much better off if you've got somebody. It's like two heads are better than one, right? Yep. If you can be working with your leaders and helping them promote and helping them feel solid in their business, that then they're passing that on and doing that layered leadership. That is huge in the cohesiveness of your group, in the stress level that you're under everything. Yeah. So you always work with the people that want it, and you match up.
Because that's like making a clone of yourself. The only other way to make a clone of yourself is to teach a leader that wants to learn under you. And then you will have a little you with different skills that becomes better than you. And that's the greatest thing ever. It's like stress level just goes down, and you're like, oh, I'm always going to be making money from them because they're a rock star, and they're always going to be wanting to help their leaders do this. So concentrate on at least 3 strong legs, I'd say, before you really start concentrating on your husband or your partner. Yeah, I still put my customers under Chaz, but I'm not actively putting distributors under him. Not at all. If I did put a distributor under him, like I have 3 strong legs on my top line, and then I have Chaz's leg, if I did put a distributor under him, it wouldn't be to make him go diamonds now. It would be to help that distributor under him go diamonds. So I'm totally concentrating on that. And then after, I can then, so they're going to rise up above Chaz. So right now, Jackie Martin's a presidential. Chaz is above her. Her presidential status rises above him, and so she's now one of my really strong legs. Well, now, what do I have to do to get him to double diamonds? What do I have to do to get him to diamond? I just need a ruby outside of that.
This is where I'm sitting. Alicia is one of my diamonds, but she is enrolled under my husband's team. My husband's sitting here at a ruby right now. I don't have time to give him 2 DTs to build them.
Yep.
I've worked with Alicia, and I've worked with her team because I don't have time to build my husband's entire team. Yep. I've let her basically do that, and I've helped her. He is 2 DTs away right now, and they're only 400 legs from diamonds. And that's all that it's taken. He sat there, he's waited, took a leader.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a leader to do it. You can't do it on yourself.
So say for instance, I've enrolled my husband, and I have placed DTs under him. One of those DTs goes above his rank.
Yep.
Does that then?
They will count. So for your double diamond chart, right? You look at this. If you've brought in your husband, and he would be here.
Okay.
Say you put him up here, right?
Yes.
Like he gets an emerald underneath him. The emerald would rise up to count, right? So that person would be the emerald in your top row.
Check out this leg.
Essentially, in terms of you building to your next promotion.
Okay, so this shows it really well, and I was really confused by this before. So let's say this is your husband right here.
Right.
So there's George. So let's say you sign someone under George that signs someone that turns into a superstar. This person that gets to diamonds rises up and counts as a diamond leg.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
So now for me, exactly. If you have a diamond here and a diamond here, it doesn't count as 2 different diamonds. Just the highest rank in that leg rises up.
Gotcha.
So Chaz, I could build him right now to double diamond right now. But Jackie Martin is still a presidential under him. So that rank is always going to rise up above. So what's better for me? What's better for me is to build outside of that, to go towards my presidential, and then deciding, do I want to build another strong leg on my top line and go to ambassador, or do I want to chase that paycheck? And if you want to chase that paycheck after you get to presidential, it's build under your partner and get your partner to presidential. Because then you're getting double paid off of everything under there. But just don't get greedy. Don't do it too early. Because I'm telling you, it's hard to maintain if both of you aren't working it. Or if you're trying to work your top line, and then you're also working his top line.
That's my problem. I signed Bill up right away underneath me. And I have to build him and myself.
So just
find
he
a
does
leader
nothing.
underneath him so that they build him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have 2 DTs under him, but they're not good ones. Like, they're just...
So you're on a search.
Well, and you know what? We were talking to Denise about that this week, and she said, you know, she takes people and she places them all into the top row until one of them shows that they're a leader, and then she focuses on that one. And she stops building in the top row because now she's got a leader. She'll focus on that. Right? So you can keep placing people under him until you've got your runners under him, essentially, right?
Yeah. And for someone that's a mass recruiter, so let's say you recruit, you know, more than 3 people a month. You recruit lots of people and you bring lots of distributors. Oh, is there a bug on me? He's gone now. He's got a little friend on my shoulder. Then the best way to go about placing some of those people, you can place them wherever you'd like, but keeping them up higher is way better. So keeping them, you know, you can move them under a distributor down to your second level. What Denise said she does is for 1 month, she will give a distributor that's proving they've gotten to Ruby, they've gotten to Emerald on their own, and they're proving through being present on the page, they're proven through leadership, they're proven through leading their team and being present, that, okay, that's someone, sure, I could maybe give a distributor to. She will put it on their top line, okay? And then she will wait to see if that person pans out. She said she doesn't grow people because that doesn't lead to sustainability. She will only place on their top line. So Brandon has like 60 people on his top line. Whoever comes out of those people and grows, that's who then they'll support. So she waits to see who is going to grow.
Yeah. Her suggestion is like, when it comes, she says when it comes to placement, people don't feel as confident. If you're placing their first couple people, they don't have that connection with them. They don't have that drive to see that person succeed because there was no personal relationship there. So she suggests not to build anyone until they get to Ruby on their own.
Yeah.
Wait until they've brought in enough people, they've built a sustainable team, they've learned their leadership, because if you introduce people on the team page, you're going to want to be present on the team page so that your people are seeing what you're doing. If I place someone on your team, you don't necessarily feel as much ownership of them, right? And we want to empower our leaders. So once you've kind of figured out what you're doing as a leader, and then someone else comes in and places someone on your team, you're going to treat them the exact same way as you would treat anyone else that you brought in yourself. But it took that little bit of leadership for you to figure it out on your own before you know, you start being overwhelmed with too many others.
Yeah. Exactly, relationships.
Absolutely. Well, if somebody comes into the business and they ask to work with you, you have to respect that. And so it's really important, too, when you're placing anyone, that you have a conversation with both people and say, listen, you know, I want to place you with an active leader on my team. And you call the active leader and you say, you know what, you are showing what an incredible leader you are. You're showing how much you're growing right now. I want to match that effort by placing someone with you, and I want us to work together with that person. And then they're getting additional leadership training from you as you're doing 3-way calls with them and that new lead that you've placed on their team, or whatnot.
Yeah. But to clarify, like, I know people were asking questions on my team page last month. What happens if, you know, let's say there was a couple girls on my team that or introduced people on the page that that I knew, and that actually they'd been at my first couple parties. Well, I didn't follow up with those people. And those people, one of them signed with one of my girls, Brittany. So she signed a girl, Amanda, who's a superstar. But that's okay. I did not follow up with her. Because of that, that is my bad. I'm not going to go then, even though I knew her, I'm not going to go and take her and say, all right, you're going to come with me, or sign her under Brittany. I'm going to let Brittany sign her. And if she was someone that I was actively pursuing, let's say for the last year, you know, I continued to pursue and continued to pursue, and, you know, she said, you know what, I kind of want to go with this person. That's fine. I'm not going to add them. My team is going to sign them because I want my team making that money. So I think it's important, you know, to allow sometimes your team to make that money. Allow your team to have that confidence and know that, wow, someone wanted to go with me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pardon me? Exactly. Exactly. There's something else I wanted to say, and I totally can't remember. Oh, I know. Story time. Okay. So one of the reasons why I do not like building people to certain levels is when I went diamond, I basically built everything. I was on a run. I needed this money. I was also investing lots and lots of time in those leaders. But when I started, I didn't really get it that much, and they didn't get it that much. So I was building my first Ruby that I completely built. She was making $600 a month, like bang on. And she said, oh, well, that's not enough for me. I'm going to go to a different company. I'm like, what? I just built you, and you're getting $600 a month for free. So that shows you that people aren't grateful when you do build them. People feel that sense of entitlement, not that they want to feel that sense of entitlement, but it's because you've given them people. It's because they haven't gone out there and fought. They haven't gone out there and really developed themselves. It takes a special person not to feel that entitlement. Even when I saw Jackie Zeweniuk, she was building to diamond. She was giving people outside of me, and I was like, hey, what about me? I want people. Why not me? And she's like, you're a strong leg. You're recruiting. I don't need to give you people. You're doing awesome on your own. You don't need that boost because that would make you slow down. So I keep thinking if I built my people, if I was giving them their first couple distributors, that would make them slow down because they would wonder, oh, who else is she going to give me? Maybe I don't need to, you know, blitz. Maybe I don't need to really work hard for my own distributors because it might get handed to me. Even though they might not actively think that, they're going to subconsciously think that. Because I know I got that. Same with my emerald leg. I basically built them, so it didn't make them work as hard. And people that are in this business to really run with it, we don't want to take that power and that empowerment away from them. So just remember, by placing people too early on, you're taking away that empowerment. Instead, work with them and give them your time and your energy. That is the most valuable asset. You as a person, not the people you're giving them, you, your time.
It's hard when you're also
It's true. You know what? I can tell you wholeheartedly. When I came into the business, I didn't understand anything about the structure of it. Right? When you come from home party, you have like a totally different concept of the industry and of how it works. And you know, there's things that happen. I mean, also when you bring somebody in, you don't know, are they going to be strong? Are they going to be weak? Like it takes time for people to show that
They have
too.
the motivation, but they're not getting the DTs. She has 7 customers now that know DTs, and she wants to go with you this month.
So then it sounds like you'll want to give her some exercises to start practicing. All right, what do you say to distributors? How are you trying to recruit? You're now giving her your time to help her recruit. I really like reaching down, and I really like being that third-party expert to some of my people. If they can't get a distributor, well, how about we practice? I'm your new distributor. I'm your potential. Let's sit here and role play. Let's practice.
What do you say to them? Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
I did that with somebody, and because she was getting very frustrated, she was like, I'm not getting any customers, I'm not getting anything. So I said, okay, well, talk to me as though, you know, you've introduced me. And I found she didn't even realize it. It's just her personality. She's so aggressive in her wording, and it's like, you have to do this. It's like she's commanding them, and she didn't realize that she just completely turned everybody off. So once I started talking with her and, you know, giving her different verbiage and teaching her how to soften her approach, you know, she has a little bit of a different mindset now. So.
And
Well, that's right. The personal development is huge in this business.
Yes.
You know, we're always saying to you, like all of us as leaders, we're always investing, you know, a third of our time into developing ourselves. So listening to personal development, listening to leadership development, reading different articles, reviewing the compensation plan, like, you know, make yourself an expert in what you're doing. And if you are spending the time and listening to, I mean, there's so many great things in that leadership Dropbox that we've got on our team pages, right? With lots of different articles and audio files that you can listen to while you're driving, while you're working, while you're running, while you're, whatever it is that you're doing. And it's going to help you grow, and that's going to pour out into every facet of your life, whether it's your marriage, your relationships, your friendships, you know, dealing with your kids, dealing with your customers, dealing with your distributors. And you want to be able to give that perspective and make sure that, you know, you're looking at that from the outside view rather than, you know, sometimes when we're in the middle of situations, it's hard because we have those natural tendencies of what we think is the right thing to do. But the more, exactly, and the more personal and leadership development we can do, the more we're going to be able to pour into our teams and help guide them, you know, as they go through those experiences themselves.
The biggest thing that I learned, and it was actually when we were away at our leadership conference, it really made me understand that this is not, it's not me. I am not my business. It's truly a community effort. Like, and until you sort of, you know, because my husband, he's very, well, he's a police officer. He's very regimented. He's very, like, he's like, why are you always going to the meeting? You're always talking about the same things. And it's just, he doesn't really quite understand it. So when I came home from the leadership summit, and I was talking to him about it, and I said, you know, in both of our prior professional careers, you really see a lot of people getting involved in gangs and getting involved with a lot of bad things because they don't have that sense of community. And when you have that sense of community, you feel like you belong, and it makes you work harder and it makes you work better. And that is probably the biggest thing that I took away from this. That it really is a team mission and an effort. It's not my business, it's our business.
Yeah, it takes a village to raise a child, right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And he was like, and it's funny because George kind of had that aha moment. He's like, wow, you're right. Like, now, I get it now, you know? So he really sort of understood. I said, because I'm going to be at every meeting and I'm going to go to everything. And he's like, absolutely. Like, he truly gets that now. And I didn't fully get that until we went away. It's cool.
Yeah. So if you want to help your distributor, you know, do some recruiting, practice with them. Like I was on.
A week or two.
Yeah, but then you need to practice yourself. Practice with them. Like Jackie Marchant and I sat there and we would role play and we would practice, even though we had no idea what we were doing. We would write out little scripts and we would go back and forth. We felt so stupid, but we did it. Yeah, exactly.
Subconsciously, within the first 2 minutes of walking into a business or meeting you, they're making decisions without even realizing that they're making it because of what they see around them and how they're being spoken to and the conversation that's being had with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you can use your phone, right? Like record yourself talking to your phone. Do that over and over and over. Watch it, see what you could tweak. See what you don't like, even about like the way that you move, the way that your inflections. Yeah.
Okay. Like me, I put in those ums and the ahs, or I'm a fidgeter. I fidget so much. Like sit on your hands and learn to know. And then identifying when they feel like you're coming up too pushy on them, redirecting it into like more personal chatter, so you feel like you have that point where you can approach it. I made a historical mall. It's so hard to talk to people. In that personal connection, it is learning that person's language. You have to figure out what their language is. Their language may not be that they're looking to make $10,000 a month. Their language may not be, you know, that they're looking to grow a team. Like you have to figure out what it is that they're looking for. What do they want? Do they want to be part of a community, or are they looking to make a lot of money, or are they looking to, you know, just grow themselves? And you have to find out what that is, and then you need to go at it from that angle.
We also have to allow them to see what potential that there is if they don't realize it too. I've seen a lot of people with great potential, and they're like, oh, you know, maybe like $1,000 a month, and I'm like, you know, with your skills, you can make way more than that. And they just don't realize, because it's not a norm in a company like this to be able to make that kind of money. We are paving.
We put a cap on ourselves.
We are paving the way for all of us to be making $1 million a month. Like, it's crazy in this company. And the reason why is because Mark Pentecost, when they put this compensation plan together, they took a number of top compensation plans and they put together the different structures so that we make the most money. Like, we're binary, unilateral, matrix.
Yeah.
That's all of those
Well,
things.
we're a unilevel hybrid. We're,
yeah.
It's like they've taken
That's
the best
what it's
of
called.
compensation plans out there and put them together for us to have what we have. I have never seen a compensation plan like it. When I was running the networking group that I organized a year and a half ago, I started meeting with people as they were coming in, and I would say, okay, you know, talk to me a little bit about your business, helping them kind of figure out their business skills and how to, you know, sell their business. And looking at different compensation plans, honestly, I have never seen anything like what we have to offer. We have something that is, anybody can get in there and make the most out of it, and so we just have to show that to them. And you know, in terms of what Deandra was saying about, you know, different people, the way that they respond to things, one of the best to do is to take a course or read some articles on, like Big Al does, colors. There's lots of different ones out there. I really like Danny Johnson. She does it's just talking about different personality types, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna have your sapphires. They're the people that are loud and bubbly, and they like the excitement, and then you've got your emeralds, who are your analytical, you know, want to know all the facts and figures about everything. They need to know all the ingredients and everything, the compensation plan, they want to read through it. Mm-hmm. Then you've got your pearls, and they're the soft-spoken people, oftentimes more introverted. They're the ones who just want to do it because they care what the product's hard is to help people. It's not so much about the money. And then you've got your rubies, and they're the personality that wants to be first. They want to make a lot of money. They want to be at the top. They want to be recognized. So, you know, when you can tap into some of those things about different personality types, then you can hone what you're saying to them. If you're talking to somebody, they just want to help people, and you're like, it's a party, you know, we're going to write off. You know, if you're throwing facts and figures and ingredient information, and this is how the product works, you know, lipolysis and the whole 9 yards, that's great for somebody who's an emerald who really wants that kind of information. But if you're talking to somebody that just wants the fun and the party, they're going to be like, man, this is way over my head. I don't ever want to learn this or have to know this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be able to, you know yourself and know other people to be able to speak to their personality types and just, you know, help them to see the value in the business for what it is. Because their business, for each and every person, if they choose that this is the life that they want, or, you know, look at it from the right angle, they can find the way that this can be what they're wanting it to be, and they can be who they are through this business too.
And there's things in this business for each and every person with different characteristics and skills as well. A lot of times people want the perfect situation and, you know, the perfect path that they've envisioned, goal, may it be financial freedom, may it be, you know, owning that little boat or that cottage or that just place of serenity, but they are really afraid to take a path that doesn't look like something that they thought. And when I came into this business, I said I never wanted to sell products, or I never wanted to be a distributor for really in health products, even though it went with my background. It wasn't my interest. But I looked at this is the vehicle that's going to take my family to do what I want in the future. This is going to be able to be the vehicle that allows us maybe to own other businesses in the future, to retire early. So even though it's not the situation that I ever thought I would be a part of, this is taking myself and so many amazing people to a place in their life where they're going to make what they want to come true. Does anyone have any questions? Nope. All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, guys.